the various habitats and microhabitats of fishes in the estuary of Aghanashini river on the west coast of Karnataka. And this estuary has been declared recently as Ramsar Site of International Conservation Importance. Now, the Aghanashini river originates in the Western Ghats, one of the global biodiversity hotspots, and it flows westwards and joins the Arabian Sea, forming an estuary which is quite a vast one. And this estuary is well known for its high diversity of organisms, including mangroves and animals, including birds, fishes, bivalves, prawns, all that. And it is also known for rich productivity, and it sustains livelihoods of thousands of families. So now I take only the fishery aspect in relation to the conservation importance. Now this is the map of Aghanashini, and you can see that so many villages which are densely populated, they are around this estuary, and most people have high dependence on estuary for livelihoods. Now the estuary not only for fishery, but it has also high diversity of birds. Out of them almost 40 plus are migratory birds, and these birds use a diversity of habitats which include mudflats, open water, marshes, mangroves, like that, and many of them are migratory, and that is one of the criteria for choosing Aghanashini estuary as Ramsar site, the richness of birds, and especially the role it plays in sustaining migratory birds. Now, our focus today will be on the various habitats and microhabitats which sustain the fishery of Aghanashini. Now, when you look at Aghanashini, you find the estuary, you find there is open water, the mud flats, the rocky areas, then mangroves, marsh areas. All these are important, and they form important critical elements of the waterscape. Now, the rocky habitats, more towards the river mouth, where the river joins the Arabian Sea, and both sides are flanked by steep rocky areas, and these rocky area underwater sustain very rich ecosystem. There is a clear water there, and several fishes are associated. Notably, I can talk about all these various kinds of Karangidi fishes, which are very tawny, small fishes, but they play a very crucial role in the ecosystem sustenance, and also they provide food for thousands of people all over the country. Now, these fishes like cephalophores, which is called rock cod, and they are dependent on rocky areas, and so also these Aghanashini vermiculatus. It is found in the rocky areas, and they have also occur in other habitats, but the primary habitat is the rocky area. So rocky areas in Aghanashini are mainly found towards the mouth of the river, the estuarine mouth. Now, another notable habitat is the bottom area, which is muddy and muddy to sandy areas. So these are critical habitats for several fishes, especially several flat fishes. These flat fishes lie flat on the muddy area, and they have even eyes on the upper surface like this, because undersurface is facing the mud, and so therefore they have vision on the upper part of the head. So these include many species of these what you call flat fishes, and out of them you find this flathead Dramoplitis scabber. And here, this is a marine fish, but the juveniles, the young ones, enter into the estuary where they grow till adulthood and then the estuary is the feeding place, mainly feeding place for juveniles, the young ones of number of fishes. So it plays a very important critical role as nurseries of the sea. So, now these mud to sand bottom also have several kinds of ray fish. Ray fish are used as food. They are very meaty and used as food. Out of them is guitar fish, Glaucostegius halavi, is a critically endangered fish according to IUCN. It is critically endangered, and it has a notable presence in the Aghanashini estuary, and it is a bottom living fish, and it's actually a marine fish which comes into the estuary. And silver pomfret, the Campus argentius. Pomfrets are very highly priced, top quality table fish, and they are primarily marine fish, but the juveniles come into the high salinity area, and they don't enter into the medium or low salinity area because these are stenohaline fishes, so they prefer habitat with stable salinity, just like seawater, which is something around 35 ppt saltiness. So when the river mouth is salty in the summer months, hot months, then these fishes can be seen there, but the younger ones enter a bit early, and they grow and they become big, and then they have very good food availability in the estuary, and then they go to the sea. Then there are sand preferring fishes. Most notable is the ogre fish, that's called Silago siham. Noble is a very highly priced fish in the market, and it is scarce also, and its habitat needs to be protected, but the sand mining is a very important threat for this noble fish, sand mining, because this prefers less salinity water, less salinity to fresh water, and where sand is mined maximum. Now, there are clear water fishes which swim free in the clear water, like in that we find needlefish. So these clear water fishes are very glistening, silvery color. They are very shiny, and so you find these carangoid fishes. They are also thorny fishes. We call locally burku. Then these mackerels, bangre. This is found in the river mouth only, and when salinity is high, matching the seawater, that time comes this mackerel fishes towards the river mouth only, and then in the rainy season they vanish from there, they go back to the sea because the salinity lowers. So now, see, the mangrove ecosystem is a very integral part of the estuary ecosystem, and mangroves support a number of birds and number of other fauna, and particularly a lot of fish find habitat, food, and shelter in the mangrove area. Mangrove area is relatively safer from any fishing pressure, and also mangrove area good for fish to escape the predator animals. Now, notable fishes which have the presence in the mangrove area are high value fishes. For example, you get milkfish, chanos. Then this barramundi, there is a latest calcarifer, which is also a cultured fish, and it's a high value fish that is exported to various markets. And then this what's called pulka, Scatophagus argus, it's a flat fish. And then mullets, there are 2-3 types of mullets in the Aghanashini area, the grey mullet, then there is the gold spot mullet. They all use mangrove areas. They are also found in the clear water, but the juveniles are more in the mangrove area because mangroves have a lot of detritus. So nutrient richness is very high in the mangrove area, and these fish feed on the detritus also, and detritus based organisms. Now, the clear water fish also include what's called locally Rani Meenu, and it is Nenipterus japonicus, high value fish, and this Sardinella fibriata, which is also marine to estuary, and the young ones enter into the estuary and spend most of the life in the estuaries. This is a kind of sardine, and then we find what we call anchovy, Indian anchovy, kanshi, locally called Stolliforus indicus, small fish, but it has much demand commercially, especially in the state of Kerala, and most of the catch in dried form goes to Kerala. Then clear water fishes include what's called Banugu, Autolycus ruber, then Lactarius. Then Bucalcephalus, there is found in the mangroves and also in the clear water. Then there is another mullet, like Bucalcephalus. This is Lisa parsia. This is a gold spot mullet. This is found in mangroves and clear water. Then latest calcarifer. This is barramundi. This is grows to big size, and it's a favorite fish, and it has major habitat as a mangrove, but it moves all over the clear water areas. Then, this is the same fish, and you find the mangrove areas are a haven, a shelter where from lot of marine fish juveniles, not only marine fish, even marine prawns, the young ones enter into the estuary, and many of them go to the mangrove area in search of food and shelter. They grow up, and then for egg laying and multiplication they go to the marine waters. So in conclusion, we can say the estuary of Aghanashini is to be seen more as nurseries for marine fish and prawns. So it is not to be seen as a subject of major fishery itself, but it is to be seen more as supporting marine fishery. So therefore there is a need to protect the various habitats and the microhabitats of the estuary, and then only the marine fishery will be healthy. If estuaries are ruined, then marine fishery will collapse. So to save marine fishery, we need to save estuaries. Estuary ecology is to be saved. And also the fishing pressure in the estuary has to be reduced, because most of the fish and prawns caught in the estuary, they are young stages, they are not the adults. So for the adults go to the sea for multiplication. So if there is exhaustive fishery exploitation in the estuary, then marine fishery will be seriously affected, because the breeding fish have to go to the marine area for egging. So now, why there is more intensive estuarine fishing today is because the marine fishery is totally exploitative with very little regulation, and it has already gone to non-sustainable fishery. So because of that, the fishing ability for sustenance depend on the estuary more. The pressure is felt more in the estuary, and if estuaries are overfished, then the result will be marine fishery also will face crisis. Now, in the Karnataka coast, we find that Aghanashini estuary has highest diversity of fish compared to any other estuary. We have recorded nearly 80 species, but in the rainy season, even freshwater fishes also come when salinity goes very down, even to zero, especially in July, August, and that time even freshwater fishes also come. And so they also find abundant food and shelter in the estuary. Then there are several major and micro habitats of fishes. Being a Ramsar site, these micro habitats and major habitats of fishes need to be demarcated, mapped, and used in a conservation format. And conservation priorities have to be given to various of these waterscape elements which support the estuarine fishery as well as marine fishery. Then one of the major causes for habitat destruction is indiscriminate mining of sand, which has been going on through decades, but of late there is some regulation on sand mining. It's more regulated during this present year, and there is an awareness in the government that the sand mining in the estuary need to be controlled. Then there was also mining of shells, shell mining. Shell mining was a major threat, especially for the shell beds which support clams. There are about 8 species of commercially important clams, which the production of which was in thousands of tons until 2 decades ago. But now that has crashed because of non-sustainable shell mining, and also non-sustainable collection of these clams for food. Then there is also a major threat from pollution, and over the last few years, tourism is picking up in the Aghanashini estuary, and there are many tourist boats operating. These are motor boats. They use the diesel as a fuel, and therefore there is fear that this would cause estuary pollution, and which can adversely affect critical habitats where fish breed and live. So then I should say Aghanashini is to be seen not as one ecosystem. The estuary is an assemblage of number of ecosystems. Each ecosystem needs to be studied, mapped, and the organisms need to be associated organisms like crabs, mussels, then other clams, then the fishes, the birds, all need to be documented habitat-wise and used in a conservation strategy, very critical for management plan of the Ramsar site of international importance. Thank you.